Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're focusing on something that can, well, really deepen your whole connection with tarot,
Right.
keeping a dedicated journal.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this isn't just about scribbling down card meanings,
Yeah, not at all.
It's more about turning those random draws into a personal story, seeing how you react predictably sometimes to life stuff.
Exactly. Building that personal narrative.
And for those of you listening who, really value getting knowledge quickly and thoroughly and crucially want to avoid feeling totally swamped by information.
Which is easy to do with tarot sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. So this deep dive will show you how journaling approached in a focused way can be a genuine game changer for your tarot journey.
Yeah.
We're going to explore why a dedicated journal is pretty essential, actually, and how it can lift the way you understand your readings.
And we should probably mention tools designed for this, like Lestallian journals. They're built with this kind of practice in mind.
Good point. They often come up. So, yeah, our mission today, explore why you need that journal and how it transforms things.
Right. Because it's easy to just think, oh, it's a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really more like a sacred space, almost.
A sacred space. I like that.
Yeah, it's like your personal tarot dictionary, bridging those standard meanings with your own life, your own feelings. That makes it resonate way more deeply.
So you're writing down interpretations, emotions, what was going on when you did the reading.
Exactly. All of it. And that act of writing, it clarifies things. Messages that seem kind of hazy at first, they sharpen up.
And it helps find patterns, right?
Absolutely crucial. It's like an external hard drive for your intuition, really.
Yeah.
It helps bring up these unconscious themes, stuff you'd probably miss otherwise.
Okay, let's unpack the why a bit more then. What are the, tangible benefits you get from committing to this?
Well, at the most basic level, you document the specifics, the date, the spreads you used.
Like a 3-card pull or maybe a Celtic cross.
Yeah, exactly. Simple or complex. The position of each card, what you first thought it meant. But the real magic, I think, happens when you add your own reflections.
Building that personal language you mentioned.
Precisely. You might find, say, the Queen of Swords hits differently for you than the book definition. Your journal holds those unique nuances.
That makes total sense. It's like creating a personalized map of your inner world over time.
Mm-hmm.
So how does keeping that detailed record specifically help spot those recurring patterns you talked about?
Well, because you have a history, a tangible record you can actually look back through.
Right.
You can see if certain cards, or maybe combinations of cards, keep showing up in similar situations, or, I don't know, during specific times in your life.
Ah.
It really shines a light on underlying themes. Maybe you always pull the tower before some big change happens.
Yeah.
That shows a pattern of transformation, right?
So you're seeing the threads weaving through your life via the cards.
Exactly. It connects the dots.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me, because I can totally see how looking back at those patterns in your journal would, seriously hone your intuition.
Precisely.
Yeah.
When you regularly write down readings and then actually go back and look at them later.
Which requires a bit of discipline, I guess.
It does, but it pays off. You start to see how your initial gut feelings, your instincts about the cards, often line up with how things actually played out.
Building trust in that inner voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It builds that confidence. And plus, since tarot often mirrors our inner state, journaling helps track your emotional landscape too.
How so?
You might notice links between certain cards and your moods. Maybe lots of cups cards show up when you're feeling a certain way.
Okay, yeah.
It just gives you this valuable self-awareness. And for anyone wanting those aha moments without getting overwhelmed,
Yeah.
having this documented history, it brings clarity. You can process it at your own speed.
Okay, so we mentioned how a well-designed journal helps. Let's talk about Lestallian again. What is it about their journals that works so well for tarot? We know they're not just any old notebook.
Well, what's really cool about Lestallian is how their features seem almost tailor-made for this. Like the 211 pages, that's a lot of space.
Yeah, plenty for long-term tracking.
Exactly. Which is vital if you want to see those big picture patterns. And the paper itself, it's that smooth 120 GSM stuff.
GSM, that's about the paperweight, thickness, right? It means it's good quality.
Right. It feels substantial, smooth. It just makes the writing experience itself better, more enjoyable.
I totally get that. Writing on nice paper, it feels more intentional, more meaningful somehow.
It does. And when it feels good, you're just more likely to stick with it, aren't you?
True. Consistency is key.
Then you've got things like the numbered pages and the built-in table of contents.
Simple things, but I can see how they'd be huge for this.
Oh, invaluable. Imagine wanting to find that reading you did 6 months ago about, I don't know, a job change to see if a theme's repeating.
nightmare flipping through, trying to find it.
Exactly. But with numbered pages and a table of contents, you just catalog it, find it easily. Makes tracking those long-term patterns so much simpler. You
Yeah.
can literally see the evolution of a question right there.
So yeah, no more frantic searching for that one insight you kind of remember having.
Precisely. And Listallion offers different options too, right? Soft covers?
Yeah, like the Araggio, Ash Gray, Black, Boreno, Cocoa Brown, Rowan, Royal Blue, those kinds of names.
Right, nice names. And hardcovers too, the black faux, leather, classic brown, proactive purple. So you could pick based on what feels right, durable, looks good to you, makes it feel more yours.
Personalizes the tool.
Yeah. And some even have nice little touches like dashed line pages, great for quick notes or sketching a spread in a back pocket.
Oh yeah, for little reminder cards or pictures maybe.
Exactly. Really practical stuff.
Okay, but let's be real. Even with the best intentions, maybe even a beautiful Listellian journal, sticking with journaling consistently can be tough.
Oh, definitely.
What are the common hurdles people hit? And how does having a structured notebook help?
Well, one big one is just forgetting the insights from the reading itself. Life gets busy, right? Those first impressions fade fast. So just having that dedicated Listallion journal right there visible, it's a prompt, a designated spot to capture thoughts immediately.
Okay, makes sense. Reduces friction.
And like we said, those numbered pages and the table of contents, they fight that feeling of losing track of past insights, which can be really demotivating.
Yeah, if you feel like your notes are just disappearing into a black hole, why bother?
Exactly. Knowing it's organized and easy to revisit encourages you to keep going.
What about feeling overwhelmed by the interpretation? Especially looking back at a big, complex spread.
That's a really good point. To avoid that overwhelm, the structure of a Listallion actually helps you focus. You've got clear space for the essentials.
Right.
A lot of people find using bullet points really helps.
Yeah.
Just capture the key takeaways, your immediate reactions, any big connections you see right after the reading.
Doesn't have to be an essay for every card.
No way. Concise notes can be super powerful when you look back. Keep it manageable.
Okay. You've really stressed the power of tracking readings over time. Can you say a bit more on why that long view is so valuable? And again, how a journal like Listallion supports it?
Yeah, sure. When you start looking at your tarot journey, not just day by day, but over weeks, months, even years, all recorded in a durable notebook like a Listallion.
That quality paper holding up over time.
Exactly. You start to see the bigger picture. Recurring cards, personal themes tied to life events, they become much clearer.
Like seeing the forest, not just the trees.
Precisely. You might notice certain major arcana cards always pop up during big growth periods, or maybe specific suits, like pentacles, dominate when you're focused on work or money.
Ah, okay.
This long-term tracking, it illuminates the natural rhythms of your own energy, your decision-making, as reflected in the cards. And having those insights kept safe on that good quality Listallion paper means they actually last. Your reflections endure.
This is all great in theory, but I think, an example might really help land this, even a made-up one, just to see how it plays out for someone.
Absolutely. Good idea. Okay, let's imagine a friend. Let's call her Amelia.
Okay, Amelia.
When Amelia first started tarot, she felt like the readings were kind of fleeting. Meanings didn't quite stick or connect to her life, so she gets a Listallion journal.
Right.
At first, she just writes down the cards, standard meanings. But those numbered pages, they became key. After a few months, she could easily flip back.
And what did she find?
She noticed a pattern. The Three of Swords kept showing up whenever she had difficult choices to make about friendships.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And looking back at her notes next to those entries, she realized those situations always involved her feeling kind of hurt or betrayed.
Oh.
This record, this tangible record in her journal, helped her see her own tendency to maybe avoid talking directly about things in those moments.
Wow, okay.
So the act of writing it down in her Listallion, plus being able to easily revisit past entries, it deepened her understanding of that pattern. And it actually helped her approach conflicts differently later on, more assertively.
That's a fantastic example. Journaling leading to actual self-awareness and change. Got another one, maybe, showing a different angle?
I do. Let's think about my cousin Daniel.
Daniel, okay.
He was going through a really uncertain time with his career. Lots of doubt. He started doing regular readings and diligently recorded them in his Listallion. He picked a softcover one, like the dashed lines for sketching the spreads quickly.
Okay.
What's interesting is he started doing a simple emotional check-in next to his interpretations. Just a few words. Feeling focused today, feeling drained, whatever.
Which is smart.
Over time, looking back, he saw this frequent pairing. Whenever the Eight of Pentacles, work, skill building showed up, his notes often said he felt focused, energized.
Right.
But when the Four of Swords rest, withdrawal appeared, he'd often written down feeling unmotivated or needing a break.
Ah, direct correlation.
Yeah, clearly visible in his journal. It helped him understand his own energy cycles related to work, when to push, when to pull back and recharge. It led to a much more balanced approach for him during that tricky career transition.
So the journal became this tool for understanding internal rhythms, not just external messages. That's powerful.
It really can be.
Okay, so if someone's listening and feeling inspired by Amelia and Daniel, what are some practical tips for doing this effectively? Maybe specifically with their Listallion.
Right, okay. Top tips. First, make it regular. Even a quick note after one card helps build the habit.
Consistency again.
Yeah. Use those number pages to cross-reference old readings. Always note the spreads you use, those dashed lines some have, are perfect for a quick sketch.
Top point.
And don't just write the card name. Jot down symbols that jump out, feelings, themes you notice. Maybe even add context like the moon phase or astrology stuff if you're into that.
Oh, interesting layer.
And crucially, make time to actually revisit past entries. The table of contents in the Listallion makes that so easy. You'll genuinely be surprised what new insights pop up when you look back later.
Okay, solid tips. And what about organizing the journal itself? Any suggestions for setting up your Listallion for maximum insight?
Yeah, dedicating sections can work really well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one for daily draws, another for bigger spreads, perhaps even a section where you track your personal interpretations of the major arcana as they evolve.
And the table of contents helps you navigate all that.
Exactly. Makes it super easy. And experiment. Try bullet points, try free-form writing, try structured notes with headings, see what clicks for you.
So find your own style, basically. The Listallion structure just gives you a good foundation.
Absolutely. And ultimately, look, tarot is this amazing tool for connecting with intuition, for self-reflection. A dedicated tarot journal just amplifies that power. Recording readings, tracking patterns in its pages, it strengthens intuition, builds confidence in your interpretations, and gives you that self-awareness for better decisions, personal growth. It's really a documented journey of self-discovery,
Page by
page, in your own way.
This has been, a really illuminating deep dive. Bringing it all together, it seems clear. A dedicated tarot journal is way more than just a logbook.
Definitely.
It's a vital tool for organizing insights, spotting those patterns, and really deepening your grasp of both tarot and yourself.
Couldn't agree more.
And as we've talked about, the features in something like a Listallion journal, that durable paper, loads of space, the numbered pages, table of contents, they're really designed to support this whole practice, make it easier, more effective, maybe even more enjoyable.
Yeah, they enhance the process.
So for you listening, here's a thought to chew on. What recurring themes, what unexpected insights might start showing up in your life if you committed to consistently journaling your readings? You might just be really surprised by the deeper understanding you gain about yourself, about your path.